Hello and welcome. In case this is our first time meeting, my name is Andrew Martinez and I am a web strategist and published author based in San Antonio, Texas. In a nutshell, I'm all about helping you create an online presence that works. And in this video masterclass, we're going to talk about website planning in the AI era. But before we dive in, let me ask you a question. Let's suppose that you are currently in the market for a custom dream home. So you look at some magazine photos, get an idea of what you want, and you finally find an image of a custom dream house that you like. So you decide to visit with a local home builder, you show them the magazine photo that you like, and the guy tells you, oh yeah, we can make that happen. In fact, my crew and I can begin construction on Monday morning. So Monday morning comes and you decide to go to the construction site where the home builder and his crew are working. And you ask the guy, so just curious, like how many bedrooms and bathrooms is my custom home going to have? And the guy tells you, oh, actually, we're going to wing it. We're going to figure things out as we go along. And then after a month or two of the home builder and his construction crew winging it, figuring things out on their own, your custom dream house looks something like this. Now, if you were asked to pay $100,000 for a house like this, you'd probably be furious, right? But unfortunately, this is how I see a lot of entrepreneurs going about their website creation. They'll basically start building without making a plan first. And if the custom home builder would have taken the time to make a blueprint ahead of time, by figuring out like how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms the house is going to have, like the purpose of each room and like what materials he's going to use for the roof and that sort of thing, well, this custom home would have actually looked more like a livable custom home. And just a little bit about me. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Andrew Martinez. I lived in San Antonio, Texas all my life. I'm also the owner of Powerful Digital Solutions, where I am your partner in AI enhanced web design and strategy. And in late 2024, I wrote and published a book titled From Idea to Blueprint, where in a nutshell, it teaches you how to use AI to plan out the details of your website and create your own website blueprint. And then I've also been a member of Venture X Northwest here in San Antonio, Texas since the middle of 2023. Now let's talk about why most websites fail. And the short answer is they fail because the website builder, like whoever was working on the website, they failed to make a plan ahead of time. They basically act like that custom home builder who tried to wing it and figure things out as he went along. And whenever you skip the planning process, that can lead to things like endless revisions, no leads, and wasted money. And yeah, you basically end up with a result that repels visitors, just like that custom home in the previous slide. And if you don't remember anything else from this video, I want you to remember this one simple shift. Create your blueprint first and your website second. So when you take the time to create your website blueprint first, that can save you a lot of time, frustration, and money. And here's the good news. You already have your own Jarvis. And in the Iron Man movies, Tony Stark had his own AI assistant, Jarvis, to help him with various aspects of his missions. And just as Tony Stark had Jarvis to help him with different aspects of life and business, likewise, an AI tool like ChatGPT can serve as your own Jarvis. In fact, with the right prompts and guidance, a tool like ChatGPT can serve as your research assistant, brand consultant, and copywriter all in one. Just no technical skills required. So basically, as long as you can type, copy, and paste, those are the only real technical skills you need. And just keep in mind that AI doesn't replace your decisions, it only powers them. And here's a 3-step website planning framework that I came up with and that I teach in my book. So step 1, get clear on what you want. Step 2, define your look and voice. And step 3, map every page and what goes on it. So let's begin with step 1, get clear on what you want. And as I write in my book, I mean, you have to know where you're at and where you want to go. And for the business goals, this is going to vary from person to person. It's like for one person, the primary goal might be to increase brand visibility. And for another person, a primary goal might be to increase sales by 25% in the next quarter. And then for the target audience, I mean, you have to know exactly who you're appealing to. So if you try to appeal to everybody, you'll end up appealing to nobody. So you definitely want to get crystal clear on your niche and who you're speaking to. And then for the website goals, uh, yeah, this is going to vary from person to person as well. It's like, for example, when someone lands on your website, do you want them to give you a call? Do you want them to book an appointment with you? Or do you want them to visit your local brick and mortar business? And yeah, the prompts in my book can help you determine all these. And now we have step 2, define your look and voice. And once you have your target audience down, then a tool like ChatGPT can help you determine the right colors and fonts, not just for your website, but for your overall brand as well. And in the past, whenever you would try to figure out the colors and fonts for your website, you'd have to do a Google search for like website color schemes and spend at least an hour looking at various color schemes to figure out which one you resonate with the most. And then do another Google search for website font schemes. And then just once again, looking at various uh, font pairings, figure out which ones you resonate with the most. And then hope for the best, you come up with the right colors or right fonts for your website and overall brand. But with a tool like ChatGPT, if it knows your target audience, it can actually recommend the right colors and fonts for your audience. So, like for example, a color and font scheme for a beauty salon will most likely be different from the color scheme and font scheme for like a men's fitness club. And then we also have our website name, which in most cases is the business name. And then you also have the domain, which is the website address, the www.nameyourwebsite.com. And then you also have the slogan, something short and catchy. And instead of spending hours brainstorming the right slogan, ChatGPT can help speed up that process. And here's your first pro tip: the shorter you can make your domain, the better. In fact, when I was working on the domain for my books website, I was actually considering the one in the bad example and the one in the good example. So let's suppose, like I tell one group of people, for more details about my book, visit website blueprintbook4smallbiz.com. And then I tell another group of people, for more details about my book, visit website bpbook.com. Well, I think you'd agree that the second one just lands better overall. And whenever you are ready to register a new domain, I highly recommend Namecheap because they include domain privacy at no additional charge. Now we have step 3, map every page and what goes on it. And depending on your industry, yeah, you're going to need certain web pages. Like, for example, if you have an e-commerce website, then you're going to most likely need a web page that talks about your shipping policies as well as your refund policies. Or if you're a local accountant, for example, then chances are you'll need a secure online portal where clients can upload sensitive financial documents. And then we also have the homepage content. And I won't get too much into the homepage content, but I will say this. Like when someone lands on your website, they should be able to immediately determine like who you are, what you do, and how you help them. Because like if people can't figure out what you do when they land on your website, then you will lose them. And here's your second pro tip: do not forget your legal pages. And I've audited at least 100 websites within the past decade. And the most common issue I see is like no legal pages, and more specifically, no privacy policy and no terms of service page. And if you're collecting any sort of personal info like names and email addresses, then you'll definitely need that privacy policy in place. If you plan on running Google ads and or Meta ads, then they will definitely want to see a privacy policy in place. And the terms of service, that just protects your website from like being copied. It just lets others know that your website is a form of intellectual property and that you want your intellectual property to be respected. And when it comes to the creating the legal pages, I highly recommend Termageddon because they stay updated with changing laws. And then just a quick disclaimer, I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. So just make sure you consult a qualified professional for your specific legal needs. Now, you might be wondering, wow, this is also overwhelming. This sounds like a lot to keep track of. But with the right prompts and guidance, an AI tool like ChatGPT can take you from blank screen to complete website blueprint within just a few hours. And the only real technical skills you need are the ability to type and copy and paste. And just keep in mind that AI guides you through every step. You just make the final decisions. And I am now giving you a sneak peek inside my book. So this is the same website blueprint outline I share with all my readers. So as you can see, we've covered the 3 steps here. So in step 1, we talked about section 1, the business goals, target audience, website goals. And then for step 2, I actually combined section 2 and section 3. So for defining the look and voice, we got our color scheme and font scheme, which constitute the style guide. And we have the website name, domain name, slogan, which constitute the website fundamentals. So in step 3, we have our website structure and content, which is our web pages and homepage. And this might seem like a lot to fill out, but as I mentioned before, with the right prompts, with the right guidance, it will take you just a few hours max to fill this all out. And here's your third and final pro tip. Treat your website blueprint like a living document. Because once you create the website blueprint, you can't just set it and forget it. Just as your business evolves, your website should too. In fact, I actually visit my own website blueprints at least once a quarter. All right, and that's all I have for you in this video of Masterclass here. I thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. And if you would like more details on the next steps, such as how to get a copy of the slides, if you'd like to get a copy of my book, or if you'd like to work with me, you can just scan that QR code or visit that link on the screen, the powerfuldigitalsolutions.com/next steps. And then you'll also see the links in the YouTube description as well. And in case you're not ready to buy anything, it's all good. Yeah, you can opt in to get a copy of the slides and also to get an example of a website blueprint all filled out. All right, and if I can answer any questions, be of service, feel free to let me know.